কোথায় পড়া আছে?
You mark?
হ্যাঁ, পেজ
It was
Welcome to chat. Remember to guard your privacy.
chapter 9.
Chapter 9 will start today. Okay.
No, you promised that. No, you promised that last two verses of Prathama Pratima Puja and all this.
Achha, we'll talk.
Will be explaining one more time.
Okay, ঠিক আছে. Before going to 9. Okay, ঠিক আছে.
The end part of chapter 8.
Okay.
We're gonna start in 3, 2.
Om Ashato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Avir Maidhi Rudro Yatte Dakshinam Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So, again, we are today to the Nectar of Supreme Knowledge, and we are entering into the chapter number 9, which is exposition of the meaning of the self. Atma. Chapter's name will be, let me see what the Sanskrit name. Atma Nirupana, something like that. Anyhow, so this is the chapter where again the meaning of the self is being expressed. So last time we ended with the adoration of the self, the chapter 8th chapter, and there we have last finished about the higher worship is worshipping Brahman. That was the idea. And there we get into the idea of the 4 types of puja. They have mentioned that one is called the Prathama Uttama Brahma Sadbhava. The highest type of worship when you can worship Brahman, the Absolute, beyond time, space, and position. If you can do that. Dhyana Bhavastu Madhyam. Those who cannot go to that depth, being identified with Brahman and Atman, they will be next sadhakas will be who are meditative people, who can do good meditation. Their mind gets absorbed. And then those who cannot do that, their other people will be who are stuti, japa, adhama. Those who are doing japa. Because meditation, they cannot do much meditation. Concentration does not stay. Therefore, they do japa and chant, as we have chanted this evening about Shankara. Which page?
Atma Archana Prakarana.
Atma Archana Prakarana we'll read today.
No, that is the name of chapter 8.
Okay.
Sanskrit name of chapter 8 is Atma Archana.
Therefore, the stuti and japa, that is the next best. And if even mind does not go to get absorbed in the repetition of the holy name or in doing the praise of the Lord, and so they will be, it is better for them to start with the external worship with flowers, fruits, all different items, so that the mind gradually, it is like stages of development. Not that fourth category of people are sitting somewhere. The one person may move in the spiritual journey. First of all, you see, first people get attracted to the churches and the temples and go to the worship. Big worship is going on. Durga Puja in India. When Durga Puja happens, even those people who don't come to temple or anything, they make a show and appear, go before the puja. They offer some flowers and chant. At least some part of their time is engaged in God. And then doing that more and more, they go for personal worship, personally offering flower, incense, and all these things, and fruits and candies. That is as we do every day. Not that those who are doing, they are of the lower category. Not that. But this is done to keep the mind, bring from the external to the puja area, worship area. And then worship goes deeper, deeper. Then you go to Manasa Puja, mentally. So when you then you do the repeat the mantra and think of the divine here. That means you are going towards a outside to inside and inside and inside. Second stage is when you are doing this stuti and japa, or you can say the Manasa Puja, mental worship. And you do that puja more. Ramakrishna started with the external puja. Second, his mind was absorbed more and more into the internal puja. And internal puja, when went more and more, then external puja dropped. And then he got more with mother, intimate, 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 and absorption, and more absorption. Then it's going dhyana. Time goes away. He puts a flower on the head and started dhyana. Bas. Mind went there and is absorbed in mother. And then long hours pass. That's the dhyana. And then dhyana goes so deep, then you forget that you are meditating or doing anything. That is the highest stage samadhi. And that is the Brahma Sadbhava. Another way it has been explained in Maitreya Upanishad, Uttama Tattva Chintanam. Say in your spiritual practice. You cannot think of meditation, japa. Best you can think, take a verse of this book or the Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad and think the meaning of Atman, all pervaded. It is like ocean. It is like we have referred many verses before. I said that you can meditate on this. I have referred many times. Suppose take one verse and think, what does it mean, expand and think that infinitude of all name and form are nothing but that ocean of joy. Think that way. That is the Uttama, highest chinta. If you cannot think of the form, but that is also a wonderful idea to think about. But they are not that our ordinary mind, when thinking 100 thoughts and not getting absorbed, that is not good. But let the mind be absorbed in that one consciousness. That is the best idea. Then second was Madhyamam Shastra Chintanam. One is the highest when you get merged into the tattva, the truth, that you are consciousness. I am that. Next down is the Shastra Chintanam. As I said, take a verse of this or Bhagavad Gita or anything and go on meditating and think, and your mind expands into the infinitude. No? Then Adhama Mantra Chinta. You cannot come down one step, and that is mantra. You are repeating the japa mantra and think what you are meditating means. What is that yurishta? Think that way, mantra chinta. That means your meditation did not deeper Vedanta meditation, but the meditation in which we start our journey. Or you got your mantra from the teacher. And Tirtho Bhranti Adhumadhama. Now, even if you cannot do that, many people spend. I will go for a pilgrimage. India, there is a habit. I will go to Narmada. Narmada Parikrama. They call Narmada Parikrama. Parikrama means just circumambulating the mother Narmada. The river is considered divine mother. And they do, even it takes more than 1 year, walking, walking, walking. Such a long stretch of Ganga, Narmada. They go by one way, cross, and then come back the other shore. And it's a tremendous austerity and reliance on mother devotion comes. And they get glimpses. Oh, I was fasting. Suddenly someone appeared. It is mother's grace, mother's grace. See how it is going to mother. And then after doing so much austerity, they think, okay, I am walking so long. What is the benefit of that? Rather than let me sit in one place and do japa. Nah? Then will come that second point, mantra chinta. Guru mantra and you thinking and absorbing, that is the second stage. Now you do that, and now you are doing mantra only, but not thinking more. Think more and get absorbed and get absorbed and get absorbed. Dhyana. And when dhyana exceeds into such a state that there is no one to meditate, dhyana means someone is meditating, there is some object to meditate, and mind is needed to connect. So when there is no, all this distinction vanish, then what happens? It remains only that, tattva chinta. So these are the, so it happens in one's life, stage by stage, and that's why it is called the higher and higher and higher and higher development. So that was the question we wanted to discuss last time, but we could not do it much, so we finished that. Now we are here in the 9th chapter, exposition of the meaning of the self. The self is analyzed here. Self is a confusing word, self. And many people get confused. You say the self is, we are born again and again. Who is born? Self is born. But you are saying self does not die, does not born. Again you are saying self is again born. It's a confusion. But there we have to understand what the real self, capital is. What is this relative self? This one. This one. So that's why Atma is the Sanskrit word. So Atma can be used in various ways. When it identifies with the body, it is called Deho Atma. This body, me. When you identify in your mind or your memory or your ego packed together, then you are called the subtle body. And when you go to deep sleep, then you identify it with your ego body. So you have 3 bodies. And beyond that is the big self, where it does not go anywhere, it does not come anywhere. So this is very important to understand what the capital self means. So that's why this chapter starts. Jo Bushishto says here, verse number 1 on page 264, it says, Tasmin dehendriyadinam, Tasmin dehendriyadinam, Sanghate spurati swataha, Sanghate spurati swataha, Ayang so aham iti bhava, Ayang so aham iti bhava, Sajivo malaguntita, Sajivo malaguntita. So what does it mean? Means tasmin, in that reality, deho indriya dinam sanghate, it is the individual soul covered by the artificial impurities. This is impurities have come because I think this much is me. My cravings, my jealousy, my failures, these are all impurities. So it is the individual soul. This soul is individual, you are individual, everyone, we are individual. So individual soul is what? Covered by artificial impurities. We are all covered by these impurities which are not permanent. When this identification goes away, then I become pure. So, which spontaneously brings forth the idea that the person associated with hand, feet, the body, senses, and the like is verily I. That is the soul when covered with ignorance. Understand? That soul is pure, that self is pure. But when it is identified with this deho and indriya, as you covered, I see, I am covered by now what? You see, you means it's saying this your hand, feet, senses, these are I. So that covering, which is impurities, is not our real nature. Why it is impurities? Because it has made me a slave of the world. Suffering, pain, agony, because of my understanding that I am this. So every suffering comes. Whatever happens to the body, whatever happens to your mind. So that's why it is the artificial impurities. These are not real. Real is Brahman. Real is pure, stainless. So it is said that Deho Indriya Adinang Sanghate, Deho and Indriya, Indriya means senses, eyes, ear, nose, feet. It is Sanghate means combination. Because of the combination, Sanghate aggregate. You aggregate this thing, that thing, like a table. Table is an aggregation of the wood, screw, glue, uh, other pin, like that, whatever is necessary to build a. So aggregate. That's why it says these is disintegrate. When it becomes old or something is loose. So this body also, if something is lost, is disintegrate. So this integrate, aggregated, deho indriyadim, body, sense, etc. This bhava, this attitude has come to us, spurati, comes up. Nobody have to teach, I am this. No. All the time the scripture is saying that don't say that you are not this, not this, not this. But spontaneously I know I am this. Is it not? So this is our problem, which spontaneously comes. Even if you don't want to think that I am this, but that has come to us spontaneously. That is the impurity. And that has come because of our long time thinking that I am this, I am this, I am this. So brings the person with the association of the hand, feet, etc. So ahamiti bhava sataspurati. Sata means spontaneously just manifest. So mala gundhita. That is the jiva, individual soul, who is associated with some mala means dirt, impurities. So got it? So then there is a note, people of discernment call the capital self the enjoyer or worldly when it is associated with the body, mind, senses. The people of wisdom, they teach us that pure self is pure self. Nothing happens there. But when it gets associated with, identified with this enjoyer, I am enjoying. I enjoy the food. I enjoy the beautiful scene, sunrise. I enjoy the full moon night. So long enjoyer and enjoyable is there, that same pure self is called as jiva. And that suffers. There is the suffering. You detach, gone. When you go to sleep, deep sleep, you don't enjoy or not suffer. Suppose when you are sleeping, someone brings you with the bed when the full moon night and place in the garden. For you, there is no moon. There is no point of enjoying the moon. Or there is some tension is going on outside. You are in deep sleep. There is no tension for you. That means we can go to that state where there is no pain, no suffering, no enjoy, no enjoyable. Every day, God has given this trick to find out. This trick that you can find you, real you. There is a you which is free from all entanglement. And that's a blissful state. You can understand that. But you cannot go there at your will, so you are helpless. You may go, you may not go, that they good sleep or not sleep. So you have no freedom. Spiritual life means I'll go there with all my own will and stay there. That's a meditation. But don't, here mind is sleeping, going to sleep, and their mind is awake, with full awakening going to that point. They're going to the same point.
In mind, when sleep is the down state, but that when
Dull state, yeah.
But when you are going in the conscious, it's some dull state. It's different.
No, that's why I'm saying these are the difference. I'm comparing that difference. When you go to sleep, your mind is dull, sleeping, dysfunctional. But you reach that point. That's why you get a glimpse of joy. But when you do meditate, your mind is awake. You are thinking of the light, thinking of the consciousness, and by that way, going internally, you reach a point when you forget that you have body, mind, enjoyable, everything is gone. That's why people in samadhi, they become established in that absolute peace. That is the conscious movement into the real nature. So, what it indicates that we can use our tool. We know the tool is the mind. If the mind can be made aware and consciously can be driven into the inner realm of our reality, then we can reach a place. We can reach a place where there is no confusion, there is no fear, there is no death, there is no fun, there is no joy, but peace and peace and peace, abiding peace.
Swami, in both states there is a elimination of the senses that are coming in the perception of the outside world. But are you also referring to getting the peace when there's a perception yet, like when they talk about like sahaja state or something like that, they're perceiving the world and yet they reach this, or is it like samadhi where there's no perception and they have this state? Is there a difference?
Yeah, but the question is that whether the perception what we have in samadhi is the same as the perception when one comes down from samadhi. If when the one comes down from samadhi, they see the world as you see.
Right. Can they still have the same peace? Is my question.
Of course, they will have the same peace. That's the Sthita Pragya Lakkhana.
Yeah.
All the Gita chapter 2 and the 13th chapter, they are talking about that is the bhakta stand. When you reach that, then you are not affected because you know that is the filthy thing is no more filth to you. You know it's a drama going on and it's an appearance, it's not true. Truth is the self. So practice this path of analysis will take gradually. The point is that we get an idea that if the mind can be nullified, then you reach that point now. You will not feel, say, doctors are doing just severe operation, very painful operation. But when they put anesthesia, that means the mind has been made dull. Mind is not there. So when that is there, entire suffering going on through the body, but you are not feeling anything. Neither someone gives you good food, good rasgulla, good ice cream, or good any item. You are not enjoying, it is good. That time mind is gone. But that is conditional. The outside people can do, or our sleep can take us to that point. Tiredness can take us to that point. But no, I'm not tired. I'm awake like this. And I close my eyes and then I'm consciously moving towards my divine nature by meditation, process of meditation. And if I move, and if I can dissolve my mind into that consciousness. Mind will be going, and it will ultimately merge into that. And that time, who will perceive what? You are in the ocean of joy. That is the self. So that can be achieved. They say our deep sleep condition is very important to analyze. So it says that people of discernment, those who are expert in analysis, that means Brahmogyanis, call the self capital. What is that? The enjoyer or world, call the self the enjoyer. The same big self becomes enjoyer. Now we are all enjoyer. When it means this big self is associated with the body mind senses. When it identifies with this body mind senses, then the big self is called enjoyer, bhokta. We are all bhokta. Why? Because we have forgotten our big self. And big self is identifying with this hand, feet, eyes, nose, tongue. Huh? So this is the experience of, or this is the verdict of the people of experience, Brahmogyanis. It is associated with the body, mind, and senses. I am the enjoyer, etc. This type of worldly characteristics cannot belong to the pure self. The concept of its individuality or enjoyership is all due to the attributes, means the upadhis. Upadhi means, upadhi? Upadhi means that which you posit on something else. This rope is there, we posit the idea of snake. And then you cry. Snake is running after me and it has bitten me. But when discrimination, light of discrimination, you see, rope, all the time rope. When you are crying, that time also rope. When you came to know, that's also rope. And before you got frightened, that time it was also rope. Brahman is like that. Atman is like that. Before, present, and future, past, present, future, all the time it is the same, it is the same, it is the same. But due to our misunderstanding, we are thinking this, and in darkness we cry, in ignorance we cry. That's why we are all in ignorance. That's why we are suffering. All of those attributes are in fact artificial impurities. When all of these are extinguished through discrimination, due to the understanding that they are unreal, the true conscious nature of the self, which is self-evident and pure by its immanent nature, is revealed. So you need not have to do anything for God realization. What you have to do to remove what you are not. You are pure now itself. But why you are, or we are all suffering like this? Because some impurities we have put upon us and said, this is me, this is me, this is me. No? Say, let us get a good example. Suppose now we are fearful about death, no? Fearful about death. But what is death? So if we see, we die every day. We are now, if this is my life, when I go to dream, that time I'm dead to this body and dead to the experience of the body. I am thinking something in my mind created. That time as also sleep time. That time also I am dead here. Every day we are dying. Quite a long time. But we don't recognize that death. Because we see again, we come back into this. That's why I was here, I was here. Similarly, but the death is happening every day. So what to fear about death? Disidentification is death. You identify, you are here. You disidentify, you are not here. You are dead. In the classroom, when the teacher teaches and the students are text messaging as usual or doing something else, so what happens then? Huh? They are there or they are not there. They are not in the class, though their body is in the class, because their mind where they are there. So we every day die, but we don't think in that way. We are dead for 12 hours, 8, 10 hours at least, 8, 10 hours, no? To this world. So similarly, if we can think that this death happens on what? On my consciousness. I am sleeping, I am dreaming, I am awake. So that consciousness is the substratum. This awakened state comes, drops. Dream state comes, drops. Sleep state comes and drops. But where it drops, that is never going anywhere. So this is the idea to think about the impurities which we have gathered and we thought it is true. That is giving us all the problem. Let us go to the second verse. You can ask some questions, those who are online. I will keep 10 minutes for question answer. So you can write the questions, then I can respond at the end. Second verse on page 265 of the book, 9.2. The real nature of the individual mentioned above is forever free from artificial impurities. Again, no impurities can touch that. If it is infinite, only one thing. So where the impurities will come? But impurities have come because of our mind. So it says, Sarvameva chidakasham, Sarvam eva chidakasham, Brahmeti ghananishchaye, Brahmeti ghananishchaye, Sthiting yati shamam yati, Sthiting yati shamam yati, Jivo nisneha deepavat, Jivo nisneha deepavat. Sarvam means what? Everything. Eva means surely, verily, truly. Sarvameva chit akasham. These are all plane of consciousness. Akasham. There are akashas. How many akashas? Mahakasha, Chidakasha, no, Mahakasha, no, Chittakasha, then Chidakasha, Nirakasha. Akasha means space. This is called the Mahakasha, great space, in which I see the sun, moon, stars, galaxies. It's called Maha-Akasha, great space. And then higher space, Chidakasha, Chitto Akasha. In my mental plane, there I can create the bigger space, final level of space. Then you can go to the plane of consciousness. You can feel that there is consciousness and you are there. And beyond that, you totally get into merged, the Turiya. Then you are that. So these are the 4 places. So here says, Sarvameva, as you see everything, it is Chit Akasha. It is Chit, means consciousness. It is in the plane of consciousness. You are seeing this solid, but they are not solid, liquid, or anything. It is only consciousness. But you are seeing, that's why you say duality is still there. The difference between Chidakasa and Nirakasa is this. In the Chidakasa, you are feeling it is Chit, Chaitanya. And when that feeling also gets merged, means you totally, your ego totally dissolves, then you become Ni Akasha. You cannot say What is that? So, sarvameva chidakasham. You are seeing this table, this microphone, this pews, this temple, this sun, the moon, the stars, human being. Whatever you are seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, all these five senses, these are all Brahma, it is Ghana Nishchaya. It is Chidakasha. It is only Chit, ocean of consciousness. And Ghana Nishchaya, Chidakasha, Ghana means condensed. The consciousness has become condensed like the water has become condensed in the form of one wave, another wave, one piece of ice, another piece of ice. No? So Chit Akasha, Brahmeti, Ghana, when you know it, Nishchaya. Nishchaya means ascertain. When you can, by your spiritual practice, understand this, Sarvameva, whatever you see, a human being to the animal, to the trees, to the plants, to the sun, moon, stars, earth, water, air, whatever you see, it is Chit Akasham, it's the ocean of consciousness, and it is Brahmeti, it is nothing but Brahman. And if you can do it confirmed and firm in your understanding, sitting jati, and you can stay over there, shamam jati, then you can be perfectly in peace. If you can just convincingly enter into this experience, then you will be established in your shama, means shanti, pure peace, containment, placid state, jiva. And what will be that state? Nisneho deepavat. It will be, sneho means the oil, na? It becomes calm like a lamp without oil. And the lamp nisneho without oil. When the lamp is without oil, what will happen? That means the light is also gone. Your seeing is also gone. You are seeing that consciousness, that also will go. So the translation is this on page 266. If one gets established in this type of firm conviction that the entire visible universe is Brahman, extremely pure conscious space, and nothing else, then individuality spontaneously comes to an end. That lamp, the knowledge, I am seeing you, this, that, this knowledge even dies. Knowledge means duality, no? When you say knowledge, I am knowledgeable about physics, I am knowledgeable about chemistry. That means you are one person, there is a knowledge is something, an object is there. But when these three will collapse, knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the instrument through which you get, Gyan, Gyo, Gyata, Dhyan, Dhyo, Dhata. You are meditating, you are there. The object is Brahman. You are meditating with your help of your mind. When these three collapse, what will remain? That. See, that is the point. So, like this ego, last trace was saying, Jnana, this entire universe is all Chaitanya, Chaitanya. That will ultimately collapse when your ego is also gone. Therefore,
That is similar thing that Ramakrishna is saying, like that you have all these spots. When the last spot you break, then the reflection sun is gone. In 11 spots,
yeah. That's another idea. Ramakrishna gave that idea. It is they call the reflection idea. There is one sun in the sky, and you have 10 pots, and there is water. So you will see how many sun. One sun there and 10 reflected sun. No? Ego, because this the pitcher is like ego, containing mind. In the mind is the reflection. So we are seeing one sun, but reflected in this small pitcher here. And there is a mind inside, a reflection. So I, it looks different, you different. But now break I. One pot, two pot, three pot. So ultimately break all the pots. Then what will remain? Only one sun. That was there. And these are all reflected. They appears, they are not true. If it is true, it should be after breaking, that reflection should be there. But when you break it, reflection goes away. So therefore, give up the individuality. So what will be the spiritual practice for us in the Vedanta book? I. Give up that I, individuality. In other words, a lamp devoid of oil gives up the nature of the lamp. Lamp is lamp when it gives light, is it not? If it does not give lamp light, what is the use of calling it lamp? So if I, that's why I am separate from you. If the I collapses, then why to? Who is there? So that is the example. Uh, a lamp devoid of oil gives up the nature of the lamp and assumes its own state or becomes one with the grand, all-pervading light or dissolves into it. Similarly, with the dissolution of his attributes, the individual also attains his own nature or the nature of the Supreme. It is very simple. When my ego goes, then cosmic ego will remain. Ramakrishna said, Ami mole ghuchibe janjal. If I die, this nonsense I, the rascal I, if it dies, then all rubbish goes away. All this conflict is what? I say, you say. I did, you did. Why? I am this. Always this is the whole fight goes on. I. If that I can be dissolved in the consciousness of the divine, or we can say, think of God and the mind dissolves into whatever you want to say. Gradually, all this rubbish, all this suffering of life will go away. So the third verse we are reading now. Why it is happening? Because of the attributes. What are the attributes? The attribute is I am the body. Attribute is I am the mind. Attribute I have intelligence. You think that I am a fool? I am intelligent, man. No? So, intelligence. That's it. Covering over me. That's the attribute. No? Ego is an attribute. So, which is not mine. Like when you go to, say, a play, people dress up so many things, costumes. But they play, so long they play, the costumes are valuable. After play is done, if you move around with that costume, people will laugh at you. So these are the costumes we have put upon us. I, body, my eyes. My eyes are very nice. I look so good. My face is so beautiful. Huh? This is not you. It is all changing. Every day it is changing. But you say, I like it. Similarly, the eye, senses, body, mind, emotions, ego, these are all not mine. We dress up to function in the world of drama in the world. So give up all these identifications. Then what will remain? You remain in your own glory. So that is that. Due to the association of attributes with the Supreme Self, it has to descend to the inferior individual nature. Association of the attributes with the Supreme Self, the self, has to descend to the inferior individual nature. How? They are saying, Samahatvam jathopeksha Samahatvam jathopeksha Kaschid Vipro Durihaya Kaschid Vipro Durihaya Ongi Karoti Sudratvam Ongi Karoti Sudratvam Tatha Jivatyam Ishvara Tatha Jivatyam Ishvara. The Supreme Self also attains the state of an individual soul with the help of Maya. We are all Supreme Soul. We become a Maya. See, also, suppose in the world there is an amateur group, amateur people, they say, we'll play a drama. No? He is that man who is a who is holding a big position, maybe the CEO of a company or very rich person, but he's playing a role of a beggar in the drama. So what happens? He uses the dress, ragged dress, eh, disabled hair, no? But it is not he. So we are all like that. We are the king of the world. We are all pure and perfect. But to use that ragged dress of a beggar, I, me, this, that, with this rubbish body, with this rubbish mind, I have pushed myself into this. So he says the supreme self, the absolute self, capital, attains the state of an individual soul. How it has attained to this? With the help of Maya. Just like a Brahmin, being indifferent to his own greatness, embraces the characteristics of Sudra life by accepting his malevolent tendencies. As one, I have given the forgetting your own dignity or own standard, you behave like that of a ordinary guy. So there is a song, it's called Amra Sabai Raja Amader ei Rajar Rajotte. We are all kings in the kingdom of this one king who is universal. He does not say, he does not take away your kingdom. That means we are all divine in this grand play of the divine. This divine is playing with the divine. So this is very important verse that we are pure, we are essentially true, but we have pulled ourselves down and identified with this. And because of this identification, I am feeling that I am so terrible. I am helpless. And I am crying and weeping. I am every day we are shouting, fighting, it's a miserable life every day. I'm frightened about somebody. Oh my God, what will happen if virus comes? And we're all become this because we are frightened about not knowing what is our divine self. Divine self, I've forgotten that and identified with this little self, which is upadhis, all these limiting adjuncts. Upadhi means, translation of upadhi is what? Limiting adjunct. No, this is all limitation. Identifying with my body is a limitation. You see how limited is this? My mind, how much it can think. My emotions, my anger, my frustration, all are limited, petty things. And I have identified with. Hey, you said that to me. How dare you do that? Huh? I'm upset with you. I'm unhappy with you. All these petty things, I have identified with that. The Supreme Self identifying with this thing. And this is Maya. And that is our suffering. So it is like embracing a dignified person, embracing something very low. We are all dignified Atman, but we are identified with here. So any question has come? Let me see. Some question here is come. Oneness, one question, Michael Kashi. Michelle, naki? Yeah, Michelle. So oneness, Brahman cannot be anything but oneness. It cannot separate into dualistic world because then it would no longer be oneness of Brahman. Yes, oneness remains oneness all the time, but it appears to be many. Like Ramakrishna gave the example, suppose in a bucket of water, you fill it up, bucket of water, and put a stick, and you will watch it, you will see that stick is broken at one point. So is really the stick is broken? No, it is the vision, that's the Maya. It's the Maya is here. This Maya is the refraction of light. As a result, it is a visual illusion. So this whole world appears to be many, but it is only one stick, only one truth is there because of Maya. So oneness is always Brahman. And duality, oneness appears to be many. That is the duality. Duality means we see everything same Brahman, but we don't recognize it as Brahman. So that was one question, I think. And Maya Torres, what is the best way to dissolve this I? Yes, in bhakti yoga, it says, "Oh Lord, I am your servant, not me, O Lord. Everything is going on in the world by you, by you, by you. Thou, thou, thou. Not me, not me, but thou, but thou. Naham Ramakrishna taught us, Naham, Naham, Tuhu, Tuhu. Oh Lord, not me, not me, it is you. Everything is, world is going on by your cosmic will. Who am I? So I can kill my ego. On a Vedantic way, he say, I am not the body. I'm the Atman. I'm not the mind. I'm the Atman. I'm not my little ego. I am beyond that. I am endless, beginningless, birthless, deathless. That is the Vedantic way of transcending the ego. So we can do two ways, either with the devotional path this way, meditation path also. You think you are meditating. Who are you? You are this body mind complex. When you close your eyes and think that God is seated in your heart, so your eye is getting submerged into God's eye. And if you go there deep, 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 and that ego totally dissolves in the God consciousness, then what remains? Only God remains. So ego is gone. In the path of meditation, we can do that. In the path of selfless work, I can do that. Every day we are doing work. And I did it, I did it, I did it. And as I do, sometimes people praise me, sometimes you blame me. And that's why I cry sometimes, I get excited sometimes. But if I want to go beyond, then you have to say, no, I'm neither this. It is God, I offer it to God. So ego is to be cut. They say, japa, 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 japa. That ego will be going, not me, you. And Vedanta will say, I am Atman, Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. That will make, and Bhakti will say, Oh Lord, Nahang, Nahang, Tuhu, Tuhu, I am nothing. You are everything. You are, by your will, the whole universe. Oh, please, and mane, I take refuge at your feet every day. Acha, another, Michael Doyle is writing, is Brahman infinitely intelligent? Brahman is intelligence itself. Our intelligence is borrowed from, like the sun's light falls on a mirror. And when you look at the sun's light falling on the mirror, it reflects. You see as if the light is coming from the mirror. I'm thinking my consciousness? No. It is a reflected consciousness, Chaitanya, cosmic consciousness reflected on my mind. Little pot. Just I gave the example. There are 20 pots. Each pot, sun is reflected. But this is not the real sun. Real sun is somewhere. And that light reflects. So actually, Brahman is consciousness itself. Caroline Stonecloud. It is hard to reconcile Brahman playing with Brahman when the play has suffering involved. How should we think of this? That's why, yes, it is very difficult to think when we pass through very bad time, to think that Brahman is playing, it is all sweet, it is all consciousness. Rather, that is not so easy. True, you are very correct. That's why we are to play when we are in good things, see the play of God in good things. And when see something is coming wrong, it's a Maya's play, it is ignorance play, according to Vedanta. Or you say, yes, in the duality there will be light and there will be darkness. You'll have to accept it. You cannot take one side of the coin. You have to take the one side of the coin, another side of the coin, you will have to take it together. So you take happiness, you will have to take the misery. So this is the play, this is called duality. Here is birth, naturally death will come. You cannot avoid it. You say, I will take the birth only, I will not take the death. It cannot be. So this in this duality, this is difficult, but we'll have to think in this way that it is ultimately it is the play of the divine, And this body mind, as Vedanta says, that it is only in that deep ignorance I am thinking like that. If we cannot take this highest Vedantic idea, let us take simply God is playing. It is God is something in both in Vedanta and Hinduism does not create a demon for this. They say it is mother plays in both the role as a pleasing mother, as a chastising mother. Mother creates mother creates the whole universe, mother nurtures the whole universe, and mother takes back everything in herself. So creation, sustenance, and destruction done by one person. So here it is a play of the mother. That's why Hindus think. So we pray to mother. Oh mother, please help us. This is the pain. I cannot bear it. That's also okay. So we'll have to take the stand where I can, how much I can take it. So any other question is
There is a question.
Michael? Huh? So it was wise to
Tara
surrender.
Davis, yes.
Huh?
So if we get a taste of that reality in deep sleep, but we are nor aware, what are we aware of then in the highest state? Will whatever we are then be aware of that we are in that state? Basically, how is it when we are in that state?
Yeah. So you will no more be there to say how will be that, who will be there. So long my ego is there, I am here. No. So, but your question is that when your ego is gone, as in a deep sleep we go and come back because our mind does not die. And so mind comes back into the world of reality, this relative reality. But we remember that joy which we get in deep sleep. But when we go to samadhi, someone goes to samadhi, that is not a thing to achieve. It is our nature. When we go back to our own nature, it is. And that joy, who is enjoying? There is no enjoyer at all. That means we become joy. It's given the example again. I give this example many times. Suppose a drop of water is falling from the sky and it is coming closer, closer, closer to the ocean. Is water different from the ocean? No. This is H2O. The ocean is H2O. But real H2O is the ocean. So when that drop, as a limited being, I am a limited drop. So I am trying to reach my divine self. And when I come closer, 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 still I am a drop. The ocean is big. That is the ocean of consciousness. That's everywhere. That's infinite. Now, this drop touches the ocean surface. Now tell, hey, drop, what is your name? Are you enjoying? Are you enjoying? Are you frightened? Are you happy? Are you unhappy? Did the drop finish? Drop is merged with the ocean. Well, I am joy. Ah. The question of enjoy does not remain anymore because you become what you are. You lose yourself there. That means you are joy, you are peace, you are happiness. That's why in this book we'll read, I am Narayana, I am Brahma, I am Shiva, and I am everything. So there's no question of achieving anything.
There's one last question. Uh, if one has an out-of-body experience, what akasha are they in? Also, how does this experience help?
These one have out of the body experience. Good. That gives a glimpse of understanding that there is some other reality than this world. We so much engrossed into this world that we think this is the only world. But when one gets a out of the body experience, first proof is that there is something after body remains. There's no doubt reincarnation theory is a theory or it is true, it is not true. All these thoughts go away. You are convinced that yes, after death, there is something. And you enjoy that state. and then you come back again into the body. But because you have not practiced, we have not sufficient spiritual practice, then we again coming back, again become the same old person. But if anyone do the spiritual practice, they go out of the body. That is it. Spirituality means what? They go out of the body, out of the body experience. I'm not the body. Suppose you are doing a good meditation, what happens? Your body will remain, but you are so absorbed inside, you will not know the body. So it is out of the body experience. Your good meditation is out of the body experience. That's why you say, oh, today I was very happy. Huh? You are happy when you forget your body. That is the out of the body. You go to the out of the body experience every day in deep sleep. As I just discussed, in the dream time, you go out of the body. This body is gone. It's there. You are lying in the bed. Your body is there, but you are not in the body. So, yeah, two benefits of out of body experience is that one, it proves that I have another existence. I'm not finished with the body. So after death, I will not die. There is something in me. Second thing is that if this experience gives a glimpse and we want to stay in a perfect peace and independence, then do practice and meditation to be out of the body when I am meditating and dying deep. The body is there, but I am not the body. So that experience will come. I think all. And one last question I find here, that so it is wise to surrender one's capacity to Brahman. Yes, that we will have to do. Whatever we do, ultimately we have to surrender to the cosmic will. If you are thinking that I am a body, so I am a limited personality, you are always limited being surrenders to the higher being. No? Poor people surrender to the rich people, no? Give money. Poor in health goes to the people who can give back health by doctors and medicines. No? So we always surrender. But surrendering ourselves to my real nature, which we call God, that is the best way to practice every day. And that helps. In Vedanta, non-dual Vedanta, it is called the grace of God.
But if you are Brahman, how can you, like you are that, right? How can you surrender you to yourself?
That is my divine self, small self surrendering to the divine self, small water surrendering to the ocean of water. Because now don't know. The drop, so long you are feeling I am the drop, you don't feel that you are one of the ocean. So I am a separate entity. So I do not know yet. I am intellectually talking. But when that absorption will come, really, my I is that I, not with the body I. So when I can disassociate with the body I and touch the base of my very existence, then it is who is there? I was there. I am there. I will be there. Okay? So thank you all for joining and hope to meet you again. Tomorrow is whose class? Tomorrow Sami Atma Tattananda will be giving the class. 7:30. 7:30. Evening 7:30 as usual, gospel class. Thank you for all your joining and participating. I'm happy. You can keep these questions again for next classes. Next week we'll have another class again. And in between, of course, Sunday lecture will come. So we'll meet you there also. Okay. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishnarpanam Astu.
This one.
Jai Ma.